Hi guys, welcome back to Divine Truth Tarot. Today we are going to be doing a check-in with Divine Feminine, Divine Masculine, Twin Flame energies, Divine Soul counterparts. There's a lot that's been going on in the collective. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to post a video for the Leo full moon as I was heavy in the energies myself and have had some crazy ascension symptoms or allergy symptoms, maybe a mixture of both, and a lot of throat chakra issues and upgrades. My voice has also been changing. It's getting deeper, which is part of the ascension process. So if you're noticing that, please leave me a comment below and we'll have a chat about it. Thank you guys so much. We are so close to 500. I mean, just the other day I was at 100 and trying to break 200 subscribers, and now we're at almost 400, I think. So once we get to 500, I will be giving away a free reading. And again, once we get to 1,000. So guys, keep the likes coming, keep the comments coming. Please subscribe, tap the bell icon to receive all notifications. I'm going to start going live as soon as I'm able to on my channel. And I can't wait to give away that free reading. So we are quickly developing into a supportive community. I know this isn't an easy journey, guys. This is tough. And so if there's days off between my videos, it's because I'm going through the symptoms myself and the challenges myself. I'm right there with you. But I hope to be a guiding light on this ascension process. So today's love card, how to love yourself card. Oh my gosh, this is funny. This is the card that I saw before I shuffled. I am grateful for all the wonderful things in my world. I'll show you this side. I express gratitude to the universe often, knowing that my thoughts are heard and appreciated. So this is all about having an attitude of gratitude, and this is very necessary with that powerful, fiery Leo full moon. I actually want to start with a quantum oracle today. So let's get started. If you guys would like a personal reading, please reach out to me at the email below. I have different options for you available. That includes an energy healing as well. If you would like coaching with me as well, I offer true purpose coaching to help you find your true north and your true purpose if you're struggling with that. So you can reach out to me at the email below for either one of those services. So let's find out what's going on today. I actually want to start with the Divine Feminine energies. And then I'm going to talk to you while I'm going through these cards, and we'll see if the cards line up with some of the downloads that I had over this past weekend with these intense energies of this powerful, really transformative full moon. So I have Leo. For me is my Mars is in Leo, and Mars of course is the god of war. So I was definitely feeling combative personally, and it was very challenging in some of my personal relationships. So depending on where that Leo full moon hits you, you know, and also you can look into what house it sat in. That will determine how the next 6 months of that influence of that full moon affects you. So, and I apologize for this lingering cough. It's quite annoying. So the first card that came up for Divine Feminine is Hidden Motivations. So I see this as the feminine is really keeping her cards close to her chest. She has this desire, this aspiration for this happy home, the 10 of Cups, with her counterpart, but she's protecting herself right now, and she's keeping that hidden. It's like she's drawing the curtain on what she really wants. She's not showing her cards right now to really anyone in her life, but definitely to her counterpart. So a lot of feminines, this is what I downloaded this weekend, a lot of feminines have actually stepped away from the connection to do some inner work and put the energy and the focus and the attention and the love back on themselves, which is exactly what you need to be doing. So this is not a card of deception, by the way. This is not deception. This is rather, you know, you have intentions, you see the big picture, but you're keeping it to yourself. This could also mean that you're keeping the secret, you know, you're keeping the connection here a secret because you know that you don't want outside or external influences getting in the way of your feelings or of the connection with your counterpart. So that's an interesting card to receive for the feminines, because I do feel like a lot of feminines went inside, you know, over this full moon weekend and weren't interacting. They maybe even pushed away their counterpart. You know, this was necessary, guys. Understand that these delays and these separations are necessary, you know, in order to really get the energy to where it needs to be. There's a lot of self-love wounds that are being worked on here, not enoughness, unworthiness wounds, as well as, you know, the ability to receive and give love. So lovability wounds. I don't know if that's a word, but I just made it a word. So let's find out. Let's get a card for the divine masculine, current divine masculine energies. Okay. Well, we've got a few cards, so I'll take them all. Spirit's telling me to take them all. So the divine masculine is currently being protected. Angels of the four directions, they're also seeking protection and they're seeking guidance from the higher realms. So they might be, if they're religious, they might be going to church. They might be calling on, you know, their pastor or priest or what have you, depending on whatever their denomination is. If they're spiritual, they might just be seeking spiritual knowledge. But they are, you know, I see this as a divine masculine is embodying the spiritual aspect of himself now in the spiritual aspect of the journey, but he's calling for help in all directions. He's calling for help from any place that he thinks he can receive it from. And he also might be having, I just heard, downloads or dreams about this connection. So the masculines are scared and fearful at this time because they're starting, you know, they're in this back and forth energy because they're starting to come into a real understanding, a true and deep understanding of this connection. And this is not just a superficial understanding. Excuse me, this is a real deep understanding of what this connection means and of the decisions that need to be made for them to step into their full power. So they're asking for help to step into their full power. Now they are still in this back and forth energy. We had this energy a few days back when I did my last two readings. I believe it came up in both readings, and here it is coming up again. So this is really the masculine on the seesaw energy, being unable still to make the decisions that they need to make, which of course are going to lead them to their highest desires, their greatest desires. You know, they're still battling unworthiness wounds, and a lot of them, I'm not going to talk too deeply about the karmic relationships, guys, because the more we talk about it, you know, the more power we give them. But what I am seeing and hearing and feeling here is that a lot of the masculines are still stuck, you know, back and forth, reach out to the feminine, you know, hot and cold, in and out energy, and then they go back to the, you know, their situation, and it's just not okay anymore. And the feminine is like, hey, I'm not cool with this. I'm going to start to, you know, keep my cards close to my chest because I don't like this back and forth energy. This doesn't make me feel comfortable. This doesn't make me trust you. This doesn't make me feel like it doesn't make me feel confident in what you can offer me. That's what I'm hearing from the feminine. So that's why the feminine is keeping her cards close to her chest. Even though she clearly desires this happily ever after and 10 of Cups with her masculine, she's not showing that at the moment. And the masculine is thinking about commitment, you know, and rather, this is him going back and forth. Which commitment, you know, which decision will I make? Do I stay? Do I go? Do I move towards my feminine? Do I stay in my current situation? You know, they're really at odds with their own desires and with their own ego. So I'm hearing ego battle and also ego death. This Leo full moon, you know, Leo is ostentatious. It's all about look at me energy, which, you know, there's nothing wrong with that except when the confidence crosses over into egoism and egotistic tendencies. And, you know, these masculines can have egotistic tendencies because they're living in the 3D world. You know, they're living in this realm of money and society and status. And a lot of them are having trouble breaking away from that. And really, a lot of them have commitment issues in general. So this back and forth hot and cold energy is because the masculines have commitment issues. And this is stemming from inner childhood wounds like fear of abandonment. There might have been sexual abuse as well for some masculines. I'm hearing now, my guides are telling me. And these may or may not be things that your masculine has even disclosed to you, or really to anybody, probably not even to their current partner, you know, if that's your situation. But understand that, you know, the masculine does want to give you commitment, and he's asking for help because you are the person that he wants to be with. He's just having trouble seeing the big picture right now, and fear is really holding them back. So when I asked about the connection just now, I got milestone upside down. So this is interesting because what this tells me is that we're kind of in this hanging man. You know, in the tarot you have the hanging man energy. We're kind of, the connection right now through the month of February is in this hanging man energy where you're not, it's like back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. It's not really going forward or backwards. It's just kind of stagnant. But a lot of feminines have felt like backward momentum, like it's going backwards, like, you know, the hot and cold in and out. You know, like I said in a few of my other readings, a lot of feminines got confessions of love, and then the masculine withdrew. And that really, really starts to stir up the abandonment wounds that the feminine also has. Because remember, we carry the same wounds as our divine masculine. So if the masculine has these abandonment wounds or unworthiness wounds, so does the feminine. So this is telling me this is a hanging man energy. And there's, you know, the milestone that both counterparts want to achieve isn't possible at this time. You guys know me. This is Divine Truth Tarot. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I'm not going to tell you, oh, he's coming for you, your knight in shining armor, and he's going to save you from yourself. That's not what this journey is about. It's not about the romantic 3D journey. That's like the icing on the cake, but we have to do our work. It's very possible to get to that point, guys, but you have to do your work to get there. You have to do the inner work. So what else is going on in this connection, Spirit? The wind here. Okay. All right. You know, I love doing my videos outside. I do not love the wind. Don't love it. Okay. New supportive connection. So this card is positive, and this I love. Both counterparts are currently, excuse me, are currently starting to meet new supportive connections. And I see this as friendship. I see this as maybe colleagues. I see this as really just light and happy and joyful times. But what I'm also hearing from Spirit, I'm just downloading that these connections are going to actually bring the twins closer together, because there are currently some negative forces, excuse me, guys, with this full moon energy, trying to tear the twins apart, trying to create doubt and fear in the connection. And it has succeeded for a lot of people, myself included. I really fell into fear and doubt myself, and uncertainty about this connection, about my counterpart this weekend. So understand that these connections that are coming in, it's not love connections. These connections that are coming in are designed to support the twins and to help them reach the next level of their journey, the next leg of their journey, I'm hearing. So any other cards here, Spirit, for the connection? Thank you. Yeah, there is some victim mentality going on in the collective right now. I do feel like this is on mainly divine masculine side. So instead of facing up to maybe where he has fallen short in serving his feminine, or in choosing, I'm hearing, you know, I'm sorry that I chose other things over you. I'm sorry that I chose other people over you. I'm sorry that I didn't put you first. They're really feeling like victims. And this card comes up a lot for the masculines. I'm not feeling like this is the feminine energy at all. The feminine has actually, as of today, with that full moon passing, the feminine has stepped fully into her power. But the masculine is really feeling like, how can I turn this around? You know, he just doesn't know what to do at this time. So don't expect any real forward movement at this time, guys. Again, I think February is going to be kind of quiet for most twins. Remember, this is a general reading. It may or may not apply. Okay, don't yell at me in the comments below if this doesn't apply. This is a general reading. You'll know if this is your reading or not. Okay, let's see. What else do we need to know? Let's actually, I want to find out how the feminine is looking at the masculine right now. So what's in the feminine's headspace towards the masculine? Feminine's headspace towards the masculine. You know, the cards were quiet the other day for feminines as well. The feminine is, again, going within. She's going within. She's finding her sacred temple within. This is about really turning out or turning off outside external influences and really finding that she is her own first love, that she is her own sacred temple of her life. So in her headspace right now, she's not really thinking about the masculine or the connection. She's actually just really focused on her own growth, which is exactly where she needs to be. What about the heart space of the feminine? Okay. Well, this card jumped. There's a lot of cards. This card jumped out. Increase. So the feminine is working. She's on a cycle of increase. This also came out the other day for the feminines. So she's working on career. A lot of feminines are working on abundance in career, claiming gratitude for that which they have so that they can attract more in. A lot of you feminines are also working on the law of attraction. Let me know in the comments below if This is something you've been working on. So even if you're not seeing it show up in your 3D reality right now, know that that increase is coming, whether it's a bonus, whether it's a pay raise, whether it's a new career, whether it's, movement. I'm seeing movement of some sort. Look at this path, the path forward, the movement, and look at all the goodies on the way. Look at all the gems and the crystals and the flowers and the beauty that's showing up along the way. The feminine is really, really working on her healing light. Okay, as she works on her healing light, she's working towards great achievements in her life. And she's staying optimistic, and she's got friends and colleagues, those new supportive connections that are helping her move forward. So, wow. Okay, so feminine is really focused on her own journey. I really feel at this time, and this is going to be triggering for some of you, but that's okay. This journey is really all about being triggered and healing from those triggers. I strongly feel that feminines right now are going to turn away from their masculines in order to really do the healing work. And I'm hearing for some of you, this could be the last leg of the journey. So hold on and hold tight and know that even if it feels like you're moving further away from your masculine, even if you step into a relationship with a soulmate, which is totally okay on this journey, especially if your twin is already engaged in another relationship, if it's a marriage, if it's a partnership of some sort, you're allowed to go out and date. You're allowed to fall in love. You're allowed to have fun. You're allowed to get married and have children. This will not stop or stunt your union. This will if that's part of your journey and if that's part of your soul's growth and ascension, then that's what needs to happen. Don't feel guilty or bad about it. I hear conflicting things about this, but you need to do what's right for you. So the feminine's focused on her growth, her abundance, her light. She's focused on her healing abilities. She's kind of stepping away from the masculine right now. That's what's happening on this leg of the journey for a lot of you feminines that are currently watching. How does the masculine feel about the feminine right now? Actually, what's in the masculine's heart space? Masculine's. Okay. Well, the masculine is working on self-love. Okay, this card has a couple different meanings. The masculine is working on self-love and working on finding himself. He's working on finding his present power, okay? He's calling on the angels of the four directions for that. But at the same time, as he finds his present power and realizes that, he really, the only power that he has is in the here and the now, that he needs to stop, feeling sorry for himself is what I'm hearing about what happened in the past. And he needs to really take control of the situation and get this connection back on track, because it really is in his hands at this moment. But this is also the love he feels for his feminine, okay? So first and foremost, that's self-love, but it's also how he feels about his feminine. All right, guys? That's so many cards. Spirit! All right, I'd like to get card of the heart space. What's the masculine feeling towards the feminine? Yeah, he feels like he's lost you. So for a lot of you guys, a lot of you feminines and a lot of these connections, the masculine is in this victim mentality at this current moment. Remember, these are energies. Energies can change very rapidly. As we know, we can change and shift timelines very quickly. We are powerful beings. We are light workers. You're masculine and yourself. All twins are light workers. So he is currently feeling like he's lost his feminine, like he's lost his true love, okay? But he's trying. He's really trying with, stepping into his present power, calling on the angels of the four directions. He's really trying to step out of that victim mentality. And this new supportive connection that he finds is really going to help him do that. It's really going to assist him in moving forward on his journey. So I would like to actually get... We're going to pull an animal card here. One for the masculine, one for the feminine. I don't see February as being a time of a lot of communication. It's really the internal work that needs to be done. And if there's, some sort of argument or something going on in your connection right now, if you're in separation, if you just, went into separation again, understand that this was divinely guided and attuned and that this needed to happen for the good of both counterparts. Okay. So the masculine needs to step into the energy of happiness, okay? I love this. The sea otters. Sea otters are so playful. Be the master of playful living. Release expectations and enjoy every day. Let worry go and instead choose love. Surrender to the waves. Your good destiny of love is sure. So this is really to assure the masculine that he hasn't lost his feminine. So the masculine's being asked to step into this playful energy And let's find out where the feminine's energy is. Sea otters are also very loving. They hold hands when they sleep. It's the cutest thing. They sleep on their backs and they hold hands. The lovers. The feminine is in magical energy. So the feminine needs to step into this place of infinite possibilities, which the cards reflected that she really is stepping to that place of infinite possibilities. Yeah, this is all about going beyond the ordinary, becoming a legend, and really, you know, you are the sovereign of the seen and unseen worlds. And what I love about this is the energy that I was feeling today, really the downloads I was receiving, is that the feminine is stepping into this really sovereign energy. So the feminine's stepping into this sovereignty right now, where it's not that she doesn't need her masculine, but it's kind of like she doesn't need him at this time. What she needs to do is to go within. And then the masculine needs to step into this place of happiness. As he steps into this place of happiness and joyfulness and kind of this place of letting go of his worries, concerns, he needs to slow down with work. He needs to chill out. He needs to stop being a workaholic. A lot of these masculines work very hard, and that does and is affecting their connections with their feminine. The feminine wants time and energy. You know, the feminine could care less. The divine feminine is working for herself, is creating her own queendom. She could care less about money and about objects and things. What she wants is his time and attention. So he needs to focus on building his own happiness in order to make that happen. He needs to step away from this kind of people-pleasing behavior that he does. I'm hearing for the counterparts of the divine counterparts that are watching today, your masculine needs to step away from that people-pleasing activity and behavior, because A, it's not becoming, it's not helping him, and it's actually hurting him, because it's placing him into this place of like, I have to please other people at the expense of my own happiness, which is false. It's a false truth. So I just pulled out the Gilded Tarot, guys, and I would like to end the reading today with a couple cards. I want to find out where this connection is going to go through the month of February, kind of what we can expect, you know, for the rest of the week, what we can expect, because we do have Valentine's Day coming up on Friday. That's my brother's birthday. It's a big birthday. It's his 50th birthday, my oldest brother. So that's a really special day for me. And I'm actually going to donate my time to animals to celebrate Valentine's Day during the day. So I'm super excited about that. And then just be around loved ones at night. Be around loved ones and really, you know, this is about self-love. Valentine's Day is a very commercialized holiday, at least here in the United States. We need to understand that self-love is really where it's at, right? That's like the golden nugget. That's the golden truth, especially on this journey, is if you don't have self-love, you're constantly in need of getting it from somewhere else. You're going to suffer. I don't want you guys suffering. Okay, I don't want to suffer. I don't want your twins suffering. I don't want any of us suffering, because we're here to change the world. We're here to turn it on its, you know, on its head. We're here to turn the belief system upside down, and we need to be strong to do so. So I've got the Eight of Swords. So this is really about, you know, you've got a woman here and she's got a lot of swords here. What's interesting about this card is she's chained and blindfolded. It's like these swords have magical power, okay? And it's like, you know, the Eight of Swords really, to me, just intuitively, this card, without, you know, reading the manual, this card speaks of a feeling of being trapped or isolated and really unable to see beyond the current situation. So I feel like a lot of you feminines feel like, you know, this current situation is the destiny, this is the final destination, but it's not. You know, you go through separations with your masculine, at least most people do. You come back together, you separate, you come back together. And a lot of the learning happens actually during the separation, not actually when you're together. It's not to say that you can't grow and evolve when you're physically with your counterpart, but it's much easier to do it when you're actually separated. So I really see this as the feminine feeling like she, like this leg of the journey, even though she's stepping into her power and sovereignty, she feels like there's no other option, like there's no other choice but to step into this place of sovereignty. And let's get a follow-up card on that. So can we have a follow-up for the Eight of Swords with the feminine? Okay, so what she's looking for here is she's looking for her King of Cups. She's like searching for the King of Cups, right? She's searching like, where is my king? Where is my emperor? King of Cups, of course, is a very emotionally stable and, giving and caring king. And she's like, where is he? Like, I can't see him. I'm blindfolded. I can't see him. There's swords here. I feel like I have to fight. She feels like she has to be defensive right now. And what she can't see is in the distance, the King of Cups is, that's what's waiting for her. That's what's, that's what her masculine is turning into. So your masculine is working on turning into the King of Cups. That's my favorite king out of all of them because, you have the King of Pentacles, success. You have the King of Swords, which is more about intellect, mental prowess. And then you have the King of Wands, which, of course, is passion, fire. And those are all wonderful in and of themselves. But the King of Cups energy is this really emotionally balanced energy that, to me, really speaks of true and deep love. Yeah, so the Four of Cups energy, can be sometimes a feeling of like you're not getting what you want. It's like it's right in front of you, but you're not getting what you want. So feminines, understand that what you're going through now is part of the process, okay? That what you're going through is part of the process, and necessary delays are happening. They're happening on purpose. They're not happening to you. They're happening for you. So let's get a little bit. So the masculine sees you as the Queen of Cups. So we've got these two beautiful counterparts. My favorite pair, besides the Emperor and Empress, of course. We've got the Queen of Cups and the King of Cups. So that's the Queen looking for her king. And then we've got the Temperance card here. This is the masculine energy. So some of your masculines might be fire signs. Mine happens to be, and some of you guys might be water signs. So with this Temperance card, you see the fire and the water, the blending of the fire and the water elements. There's a lot of magic in this card. This is a major arcana card, which indicates that spirit is really stepping into this connection and making things happen and turning the wheel, if you will. But this is about, tempering and about balance. So both of you are currently finding balance within and learning how to balance like the passion, like the water is like puts out the fire. So it's like there's passion, which can sometimes turn into anger or disagreements or arguments. And then you have the water to like, kind of cool it off. So it's like, I see this as both counterparts coming into an internal union and balancing those energies, like the fire energy. Nine of Pentacles. So the masculines are working on their pentacles. They're working on their work. They're dedicated, committed to their work. As I've stated, a lot of them are workaholics and really addicted to work and addicted to success and money and feeling like they have to people please. Even at the expense of other aspects of their life, work is most important to a lot of these masculines. And then the Nine of Pentacles, this shows me that this is really, he wants to be able to give to his feminine. He feels like the way to her heart is through giving her things. And again, like I've stated in this reading, the feminine just wants his time and energy, affection, and love. She doesn't care about material things, material possessions. But the masculine is still very much stuck in that 3D matrix at this current time, where he thinks that if he gives her, things or spends a lot of money on her, that maybe that will, like suffice for now. Like that'll be enough to keep her happy, because a lot of these masculines can't fully commit for whatever reason. They have other situations or circumstances. They have karmic partners, they have children, they, whatever the case is. So they want to give something to her, and the only thing they feel like they can give right now really is like possessions or material possessions or gifts or money, spending money on them. And a lot of feminines are like, this isn't satisfying to me. This isn't what I want. All right. Feminine energy right now for the month of February. Actually, let's get feminine energy for the week. Knight of Wands. Six of Swords. Nine of Cups. Well, Nine of Cups is, of course, happy, healthy home, right? Happy, healthy home. Six of Swords is about going on a journey, and like you're going forward on this journey, but you got the swords for protection. You're being lit by the moon, which tells me we just had this full moon. So there's the full moon showing up here in the reading. And, the moon card, this isn't the moon card, but the moon card to me signifies it's illumination, but it's also maybe secrets that are coming to light. Like you're finding secrets, that are coming to light on this journey. Your masculine isn't telling the truth. Doesn't have to mean he's being deceptive in a bad way, but he's just holding back maybe childhood wounds that he's not talking to you about. But the feminine is still moving forward on this journey, but she feels like she There's illumination happening, but there's also, it's like deception of some sort. There's things that need to come to light in order to reach this Nine of Cups. There's secrets that need to come to light. And what she'd really like is her masculine to come charging in as the Knight of Wands. She'd really like that right now, but she also, there's a deeper part of her that knows that that's not really the best thing right now, that that's not going to be the best thing for this relationship, this connection. They need this time apart because he's not in that energy right now. The masculine energy, he wants this Three of Cups. He wants to celebrate with his feminine. He wants to give her something to celebrate about. He wants to bring that fun and lightness back into the connection. He hopes that she'll start to embody that fun energy, because that's very, his life is very heavy right now, and this lighter energy is what's going to bring him, really is what's going to really draw him back in. But the feminine isn't feeling that way right now. She's too focused on her life and her journey and her balancing of her inner energy. She's not really wanting to give right now to the masculine. Instead, again, she wants him to come charging in, right? And the masculine, you know, this is interesting because the feminine's on this journey, you know, the Six of Swords, and a lot of confusion, and a lot of deception in that card, and a lot of illusions. And then you also have, look, the full moon in both of the cards. So look, the full moon is illuminating both of their journeys and is affecting both of their journeys at this time. So this is like, look, spilled cups. This to me is the card of crying over spilled milk, but it's also showing like, look, he's looking off into the future, into the distance, because he sees what can happen once he leaves behind, once he's willing and able and strong enough to leave behind that which doesn't serve him. But, you know, he sees there, like he's looking like it's like an idea at this time, guys. The masculine's like, I see what could be, but he's not yet ready to make that happen. Like he's like, I see it, I want that, and that's beautiful. But he has to be able to leave behind those 8 cups, you know, the 8 of Cups. He has to be able to leave behind that which isn't serving him. And masculines aren't really there yet. All right, so let's get some angel advice here to finish up, wrap up this reading for you guys. I hope this was helpful for you. If it was, guys, please like, subscribe, share the videos. Sharing the videos is really going to help us, you know, build this community. It's going to help us get to that 500 so I can give away a free reading. And my goal is to just create this beautiful, harmonious community where we support and uplift each other, because this is a challenging journey. This is not an easy journey. Look for a sign. Okay, so when in doubt, guys, look for a sign. Get more information. This is also, to me, speaking of sacred geometry, so that might mean something to a lot of you. So I just heard activation too. I'm not sure why, but activation, sacred geometry, that might mean something to some of you. And let's get one more card. Compromise. I don't know about you, but I'm not really in a compromising mood at this time. I'm feeling very, again, the sovereignty that the feminines are feeling. They're feeling like they need to protect themselves. So the feminines really aren't feeling like they want to compromise, but that's what's required on this journey in order to move forward. But it doesn't mean that that's the energy that needs to come through right now, because I actually feel like the masculines have some owning up to do, and the masculines need to understand that they can't come in this hot and cold, in and out behavior and expect the feminine to always be there. So the answer, guys, if you're asking, is this my twin? Is this my divine counterpart? The answer was yes. And love, that's a beautiful card. And then let's get some timing cards here. Let's get some timing cards, and this will be the last card for the reading. I just saw 333 for the time. All right, you are ready. So whatever the next step that you're thinking of taking, guys, you're ready right now. This is not wait the next few weeks, next few months, a year from now. This is you're ready right now. This is about you and your sovereign journey. This is not about your counterpart. This is about you. So Spirit is saying that you're ready to take the next step. Don't, you know, sit there thinking, I'm not ready, I need more time. Stop doubting yourself. Step into your power, divine feminine. And guys, have a beautiful week. I'll be back hopefully tomorrow with another video. And I'll definitely be doing a special video for Valentine's Day, because I know that can be challenging for a lot of us that are in separation from our counterparts or are just in physical separation. Have a beautiful day, guys. Thank you for supporting the channel, and I'll see you soon. Bye.